I'm April Robinson, Assistant Vice President for Student Development and Support. Welcome to the Student Life session of orientation. We're so excited to have you here, and we're looking forward to welcoming you to campus. I hope that video gave you a glimpse of all the excitement and fun and opportunities that you'll find for yourself once you arrive. I think once you meet the staff of Student Life that you will discover they are fueled and driven by some really important values that inform and shape all the events and programs and activities that they plan. Our hope is when you get involved and connected with Student Life at Samford University that you will find that everyone has a place to belong, that everyone has possibilities to explore, everyone has purpose to discover, and everyone needs people to thrive. Those are the ideas and the values that really bring to life all that these staff members do on a daily basis to create a Samford experience that you will find to be thrilling, satisfying, and worth remembering. I hope that you'll enjoy hearing from and meeting several of our staff members today in the Office of Student Life. First up are Julie and Louise from Greek Life.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie Mincy, and I serve Samford as the Director of Greek Life.
And my name is Luis Aponte, and I serve as the Assistant Director of Greek Life.
We're so excited that you're here with us for Bulldog Days. The Greek community at Samford truly is like no other. We firmly believe that by joining a fraternity or sorority, you can enhance your collegiate experience. We can't wait to share with you about all the possibilities and opportunities you have in store come fall.
We really do have a thriving community here at Samford. Depending on the semester, anywhere between 45 to 48% of the undergraduate population is part of a fraternity or sorority. That's made up of about 1,700 students in 14 active fraternities and sororities. And you may ask, since people are part of these chapters, what do they get to do once they are members? And while it's hard to summarize in a few words, they really do a lot on campus. Our chapters host over 400 events per semester, and that includes anything from chapter meetings to socials, philanthropy events, and ritual ceremonies as well. They also pride themselves in serving the community. This past year alone, our students raised over $185,000 for their local philanthropies and served over 32,000 hours to the community. So as you can see, our students are part of a lot, and we hope that's something you'll be able to do as well.
We often get asked, how do I join a fraternity or sorority? Well, I want to answer that question for you, but first let me tell you how we're organized. The 14 fraternities and sororities are first broken down into what we call councils. We have the Panhellenic Council, the Interfraternity Council, and the National Panhellenic Council. Each council is a little bit different. They all stand for similar values, but their membership process is what differs. You might be more familiar with the formal process. It's where you register online and you attend events with a very structured schedule. We also have opportunities for an informal process. That might be more casual events where you get to meet brothers or sisters that lead to an invitation of membership. And lastly, to share, we have an intake process where you might attend an interest meeting, submit an application, and even interview before you're invited to join a chapter.
Now, we do know this is a lot of information, and you may have some questions for us. So we do want to point you to some resources available to you to learn more. First of all, we'd love to point you to our website. There's some great information on there about everything we just talked about, as well as some other links for some other information like finances. The website is samford.edu/GreekLife. We also, of course, have social media, so look out for our Facebook page and our Instagram account at Samford Greeks. Lastly, we want to hear from you, so please send us an email to greeklife@samford.edu, and we'd be happy to get back to you personally.
Class of 2024, we can't wait to meet you in the fall.
Thanks, Julie and Louise. That was great information for our incoming students. I'll just say from personal experience as a Samford alum and Greek alum that Greek Life is a great way to get involved, to meet people, to find opportunities to grow, to lead, and to serve. So if you're interested at all in the possibility of Greek Life being a part of your Samford story, I encourage you to do the research and have conversation with Julie and Louise to find out if it's the right fit for you. Greek life is one of many opportunities in student life for you to find ways to get involved and connect, and so we want to hear about some more in this session as well. So up next is our physical fitness correspondent, also known as, officially, the Director of Campus Recreation, Nick Madsen.
Thanks, April. And as she said, I am Nick Madsen, Director of Campus Recreation, and I've been at Samford for 16 years now. I also couldn't do this without my help of my staff, Eric Hughes, as you will see. He is from Indiana and has been here for 4 years with me. Also, I have 2 interns who are coming from, one is actually a Samford graduate, it's Cam Cundiff, and the other one is coming from Texas, is Josh Alexander, who you'll see out on the fields helping us out at nighttime. A little bit of things that are going to help you out and get you physically fit on campus and help you with that freshman 15 is our facilities. You can access those facilities. We have a variety of them. We have, first off, the state-of-the-art Pete Hanna Fitness Center, where we have cardio equipment in there. We have strength equipment and machine equipment that you can utilize. To get into this facility, you will need your Samford ID, so please make sure you bring that with you. Other facilities that you can use is the gymnasiums. Come over to Cybert Gym, and we have 2 basketball courts. And we have racquetball courts in there, an indoor track, and we have an indoor pool. There's also cardio equipment over there, and there's strength equipment in this facility as well. Lastly, we have our outdoor facilities. In these facilities, we have 2 grass fields that you can go out there and play on, or just socialize out there with it. Or there's a picnic pavilion area that you can utilize that has a sand volleyball court and an outdoor basketball court by it. And if you want to bring out gatherings, you can rent those areas out there with your Samford group and enjoy yourselves out there. One pro tip that I do have to tell you is that if you do forget your ID, we will make you go back and get it. So what do you guys usually carry with you? Your cell phone. That is correct. So just take a picture of that so you have it on your cell phone, and we will let you stay in that facility or use the areas free of charge. So. Next area I want to talk about is our fitness classes. We have a variety of fitness classes. They are free, where you can just show up, but it is first come, first serve. So if the area is full or the class is full, unfortunately we will have to send you away. So try to get there a little bit earlier. But variety of classes that we offer here at Samford is Zumba, core, yoga, and pound classes. They are taken in Cybert Hall. We're either on the 4th floor or on the 1st floor. And you can just show up for about 15 minutes before that class starts, usually between 4 and 7, and you can take that class. They are hour-long classes. Classes will start the second week of school. It and is on August 31st. Another area in Campus Rec that we want to try to get you involved with is our intramural sports. Intramural is probably around 45 to 50% students do play a sport on campus. And with that, we have a variety of sports, as you will see on the screen here, that we offer throughout this semester. With that, to sign up for intramural sports, it can be a little bit difficult, but hopefully within your res hall or the people that you meet through connections that you'll find that you want to play a sport with them. So please take advantage of that and create that team that way. We do online registration for that, and it's through imleagues.com. Again, that is imleagues.com. You'll create a page. It's just kind of like Facebook. You create that page, and then from there, you can either create the team or add to a team off of that. With intramural sports, there is a little bit of a fee that is associated with it, but the max would be $30 per team. So if you have 10 players on your team, that's $3 a person, so it's not too bad to participate in that sport. Another area that we have is our club sports. If you want to go and compete against other universities, this might be an opportunity for you. We have a variety of club sports, as you will see on the screen as well, that you can partake in. But for some reason, if your sport is not on there and you don't see it, please come talk with me so we can try to get that sport on campus here. You need at least a minimum of 10 individuals to be on to start an organization on campus. So if that is possible, we'll try to get that started for you. But please contact on our website. You'll see the leaders of those clubs. Shoot them an email, and they will get back to you on how the process works for each of their clubs. Lastly, as you will see on the information page, you can go to our website, check out our hours of operations, when we're going to be open and close, sign up dates, when classes will be, and all that stuff. And then lastly, follow us on Instagram. A few other little notes here is employment opportunities. If you do need a job, we are looking for intramural sports officials or supervisors in our facilities. The reason we stay open later is so the students can get some hours and work later on at night or during the day. So shoot me an email, and we'll be happy to see if we can get you a job on campus. Lastly, very important, flag football starts. Sign-ups start on August 26th. And through September 1st, and the leagues will start on September 8th. So we get around 900 people involved with intramural flag football, so we hope you will be able to join us, whether it's through your hall or whether it's through the connections that you made here at Samford. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to check out our website at samford.edu/campusrec, or shoot me an email at njmatson@samford.edu. Welcome to Samford, and glad to have you here.
Thanks, Nick. And remember, class of 2024, Nick is your go-to guy if you want to know how to stay fit, get active, or get connected to teams and have a great time and play hard while you're here at Samford. Next up, we've got Amy Simpson, who's our Director of Student Leadership and Involvement. She's the guru when it comes to anything related to student government, student orgs, leadership opportunities, and just a variety of ways to serve and get involved. Listen up to what she has to say next.
Thanks, April. As she said, my name is Amy Simpson, and I'm the Director of Student Leadership and Involvement at Samford. Our office provides oversight and support for the Student Government Association, for the many clubs and organizations on campus, and we also provide leadership, development, and programming efforts throughout the year. We have so many ways, as you've heard, to get involved on campus. So I want to focus a little bit on freshmen, particularly, and the things that you can get involved in our office. First of all, through the Student Government Association, we have class elections coming up this fall. Right away, you could run for our freshman class president, for vice president, or for treasurer. Those applications will open up August 31st, and elections will be held right away September 23rd. We also have the Freshman Forum. This is an interactive seminar-type program, leadership development program throughout the year. We accept 40 students for that program. You will apply. Applications are open right now. You go to our website, samford.edu/leadership. Fill out an application, and we'll have interviews for that this fall when you come to campus. That's a year-long program. We meet weekly. You'll hear from speakers on campus, and you'll participate in community service projects, and you will just get to know peers and find many different ways to get plugged in on campus throughout your 4 years here. We also have over 100 clubs and organizations for you to get involved in on campus. Right away, the first week of classes, we have a student organization fair on Ben Brown Plaza, and that's an opportunity for you to walk around, talk to the different clubs and organizations, and find something that interests you. If you have problems finding something that interests you, we'll even help you start your own club or organization. You'll just come to our office and we can walk you through that process. We have other opportunities throughout the year for leadership development, different events. We have a leadership lunch series that we hold throughout the year. It includes a free lunch, an opportunity to hear from a speaker. And we also have something called Q Union. It's similar to TED Talks, but with a Christian spin on it. We have students who give talks, and then we also have nationally syndicated speakers that we bring in for that. In summary, we realize that you guys have missed a lot this past year. We realize that you all are very capable, qualified leaders, and we can't wait to help you get plugged in on campus. Be sure to reach out to our office through various channels. Our email is lead@samford.edu. Our website again is samford.edu/leadership. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Instagram, we can be found at Samford Leadership. We can't wait to see you this fall and help you to become the best leader you can be.
So after hearing from Amy Simpson, I hope that you're looking forward to the new ways that you can lead and grow and serve when you arrive at Samford. Regardless of how involved or uninvolved you've been in high school, once you start your first year at Samford, you have all kinds of opportunities to rewrite your story and to remake yourself as a leader and as a friend, as a student. So I hope that you are indeed gearing up for all the opportunities that are ahead of you. Next up, we have Meg with the Office of Student Activities and Events. We also like to think about Meg as our resident party planner, events guru. She does all things step sing and connections. You'll get to know her quickly, and she'll be one of your favorite people on campus. Here's Meg.
Hey, New Samford students. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today, and I'm even more excited to get to talk and get to know you this fall. My name is Meg Burleson, and I, along with my colleague Lauren Copeland, represent the Office of Student Activities and Events. Or as April mentioned, we love to plan parties, we love to have fun. But one thing I really want you to know is that, as April said earlier, we believe that everyone needs people to thrive. And one of the main priorities of our office is to make sure that you can find those people and get connected with others across campus. So I'm going to tell you about 3 areas of our office and great ways to get involved, great events that we're planning and working out for you this year. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is Student Activities Council, otherwise known as SAC. Student Activities Council is the events branch of SGA, and they exist primarily to create community across campus. And they do that mainly through events. So you'll see events from SAC like Welcome Back Week and Homecoming and Lighting of the Way and Summer Send-Off and the Easter Egg Hunt, which you can see on the picture here, which is basically just a mad dash for prizes and a fun little time in the spring for us to celebrate Easter. So all kinds of events, great ways just to meet people, get some free food usually, some fun activities. You'll see things also like Fall Festival in the fall. So just really fun things, memorable events for you to come and enjoy, totally free, free for all students. And it's also a great way to get involved. SAC is made up of students. We usually have about 60 to 70 students on that committee that serve behind the scenes. They help plan those events. And they put together all of the activities and all that behind the scenes. So if you're interested in being involved in SAC, follow them on social media, check out our website, and you can follow along for when applications open if you're interested. The next area I'm going to talk about is step sing. I'm sure you're all familiar with step sing, or at least some of you are. And we get the great privilege in our office of helping coordinate step sing. So if you don't know, Step Sing is a production that we hold every February, and it's made up completely of students. So we have groups that put on an individual 6-minute show that's directed, planned, choreographed, all that by students. And we have every type of group you can imagine: girls groups, guys groups, fraternities, sororities, independent groups, co-ed groups. So really however you want to be involved in Step Sing, or if you want to be behind the scenes, if you're like, stage is not for me, you want to help us out behind the scenes, we have a committee that puts everything on. So tons of different ways. We had over 1,200 students involved in Step Sing this past year. So a really great way to get to know some new people that you might not have met otherwise, and just do something a little silly, a little fun, a little theatrical. So Step Sing is a really great tradition, and it's really a tradition like no other. So Step Sing is a really fun way to get involved. You'll hear more about it in the fall, but we do have 2 shows specifically for freshmen. So if you're interested in directing one of those shows, if you have a background in theater or dance or music, if you're interested in directing one of those shows and taking on that responsibility, we'd love to talk to you about that. Feel free to email us at stepsing@samford.edu and just let us know you're interested, and we'll send you more information. We have those 2 freshman shows are directed by freshman women, so we'll have 6 director spots and committee spots for other freshman women. So great way to get right into gear with Step Sing. The last area I'm going to talk to you about is Connections, which is Samford's new student welcome weekend coming up this August. We're thrilled and we're excited about it. So before I tell you a little bit about it, we're going to watch a quick video just giving you a glimpse into what Connections is like. So we hope you enjoyed that little snippet into what Connections is going to be like for you. We're so excited for you to get in a group. You don't have to sign up for Connections. You're already registered just by being a new student. All you have to do is show up. And we'll introduce you to your 2 upperclassmen leaders who are so excited to meet you. You'll be in groups of about 15 to 20 other new Samford students. So you'll have some automatic new friends when you get on campus, and 2 leaders ready to help you learn where your classes are and tell you about what it's like at Samford and in Birmingham. So we'll see you there come this August. So just reminders, Connections, Step Sing, Student Activities Council, all great ways to get involved. Please follow us on social media. That's the best way to stay updated. You can see Student Activities Council and our office's handles there. Instagram is probably our most updated form of information. So stay tuned. We'd love to meet you. Come by our office and say hi. Another great way to find out opportunities from all of these offices and other offices across campus is the Campus Connection. The Campus Connection is a weekly e-newsletter put together by the Office of Student Leadership and Involvement. And it has opportunities from everything from our office, if you want to be a Connections leader, or how to get involved in Step Sing, or when is Greek Life recruitment, closing, or any of those types of things. You'll find them in the Campus Connection, which comes to your inbox every Friday morning. So stay tuned for that. That's a great way to find out whatever's going on this week on campus and just different events that you can get involved in. So stay tuned for that, and we'd love to meet you. Any of these offices would love to greet you when we get to see you on campus.
Thanks, Meg. That sounds great. As a matter of fact, it sounds so good, I'm considering reapplying to be a student myself at Samford, just so I can get in on some of that first-year student action. Next, we're going to hear from Dr. Denise Gregory, who is Assistant Provost for Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives. She's going to share some with you about what you can do to bring more diversity to our campus and celebrate cultures. Take it away, Denise.
Hello and welcome, future Samford students. We're looking forward to seeing you. The Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives is excited to have you on our campus and looking forward to celebrating you when you arrive. I am Denise Gregory. I serve as the Assistant Provost for Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives and also Associate Professor of Chemistry. I have the honor of working with a Program Assistant, Janae Spencer.
Hello, future Bulldogs. It's so exciting to be before you today. My name is Janae Spencer, and I am the Program Assistant in the Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives. I'm very pleased to serve in this capacity, especially because I am a 2-time Samford grad. So go Dogs.
In the Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives, we are excited about the work that we are doing on our campus. We are here to assist in developing, implementing, and monitoring programs and processes that promote and sustain diversity, equity, and respect throughout the Samford community. We hope that you will see some of that work and some of the things that we're about to present to you, and hope that you would also join us and be a part of doing the work here on our campus.
Our office has several initiatives that we put in place in order to make sure that we work to achieve our mission. One of those is co-curricular excursions. These are amazing opportunities for students to travel with the Office of Diversity to have several cultural-related experiences. Thus far, we've traveled to Washington, D.C., to the Smithsonian Museum there, the National Museum of African American History and Culture. We've traveled to the Civil Rights Museum in Mississippi and also the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis. In addition, we've also been to Jackson, Mississippi and Atlanta, Georgia, just to name a few. These opportunities always come with combo credit and are great ways for students to connect across campus.
We are also excited to celebrate Heritage Month celebrations in our office. During this time of different months of the year, we are excited to celebrate different cultures. In the months of September through October, we celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. In November, Native American Heritage Month. In February, Black History Month. In March, Women's History Month. And also in May, we celebrate Asian American Heritage Month. During these months, we bring in speakers and groups to celebrate, to talk about the culture in each of those environments. And we also, during that time, also may do excursions as well to different facilities and places that champion the work of those particular heritage groups. In our work, we are, as you see on one of the pictures here, we see from Black History Month, where we've had a group that celebrated with gospel music during Black History Month. We've also had speakers to celebrate and share of their different cultures and the backgrounds of their different heritage groups.
As a part of our heritage celebrations, we typically host a face-to-face with race roundtable discussion. These are opportunities for students to come together across campus and have difficult conversations. Each face-to-face with race roundtable discussion is accompanied by a delicious meal catered by the office. Once everyone is served, we place prompts on the screen to help people connect and have difficult conversations that they may not feel comfortable having in their dorms or classrooms. An example is placed on the screen in front of you. What are some of the barriers you face when trying to connect with someone different than you? How will you use your platform as a student, leader, and athlete to break them? Questions like these cause introspection for the students and allow them to have conversations they may not typically have.
Other initiatives that we are excited to partner and work with across campus are our cultural sensitivity trainings. In these trainings, as you see one pictured over to the left, we have groups that we are actually working with different groups across campus, which may include our student ambassadors, they may include our resident life assistants and different areas on campus, our SGA leaders, where we're actually talking with them about sensitivity and cultures and how we want to approach our students and recognizing the value and the importance of diversity and how sometimes those conversations come into our working with people, and then how do we deal with that? How do we show the love of Christ to all while we're also getting a point across to each other? So we hold these trainings to encourage each other to be mindful and be aware of the differences of each one of us, but also how we do that in a respectful manner.
Diversity Ambassadors is a group that consists of students from all parts of campus. These students work to support the office initiatives in addition to the office staff. These students represent us at different groups and events that we partner with throughout campus. They also are passionate about diversity on campus and connecting with others. They serve as panelists for recruitment events and other community events, as well as help us welcome and greet campus guests.
Diversity and Intercultural Preview Days are an exciting time for us on our campus. These are opportunities where we host students, high school students like yourself, to come in and share with them of some of the activities, some of the opportunities that they would have here on our campus. These are days that we also partner with the Office of Admission. And in that work there, we are championing the work that we do on our campus and also answering any questions students may have. This is also an overnight experience for students where they may also come and be a part and have the opportunity to share an opportunity on campus to spend the night with some of our students on campus, and then also to just ask questions about what it's like to be a student here on our campus.
The Minority Bridge Fund is a fund that works to help students through hardships. While this fund is not a scholarship, it is available to each student over the semester in the amount of $500. These funds can be used to support students in tuition, books, and fees for their Samford University studies.
The Minority Youth Science Academy is very dear to me. I also am an organic chemist here on our campus. And with the work that we do in the office as well, we have established the Minority Youth Science Academy. This is a program for rising 10th through 12th graders to have the opportunity to come on our campus to share an overnight experience for 4 days where they are interacting with STEM professionals. During this time, the students are learning about different careers that they can have in the STEM field and also working on ACT preparation as well as learning about Samford's community.
The Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiative nurtures several community partnerships. In addition to area elementary, middle, and high schools, we also work very closely with the Birmingham Education Foundation to support the work that they're doing there and expose high school students to higher education and, more importantly, higher education at Samford University.
The Minority Achievement Banquet is a culminating experience that we share at the President's Home where we applaud and celebrate the work of our graduating seniors as well as our leaders, our student leaders and organizations that they're in. This is a time where students can celebrate their achievements and also each other. Pictured in the middle is one of our minority achievement banquets that we've hosted in the past. And this year, in the past, it's also held at the President's Home. We're excited about the work that the students do, and we want to celebrate them.
Impact's peer mentoring program is another initiative that is very near and dear to our heart. Impact stands for Inspiring Minorities to Pursue Academics and Community Together. In this program, we pair a freshman of color with an upperclassman of color to give them a buddy with which to navigate their freshman year. Each pair is required to spend 1 hour together throughout the week. They can spend that time however they so choose at a Samford sporting event, studying in the library, or dining and discussing events in the caf. After a check-in with the office, we also have bi-weekly family meetings. These bi-weekly family meetings are opportunities for us to share information about the happenings on campus. What opportunities are there for students to get involved in? What academic deadlines are quickly approaching that the students need to be aware of? Through the Impact Peer Mentoring Program, our office fosters a sense of community among students of color, as well as creates a springboard for students to then move into the greater Samford community and be extremely instrumental in the success of other organizations there. Our office also shares information about resources on campus to help support student academic growth, such as the Academic Success Center and the Communications Resource Center that helps students with writing. In addition to Impact, we have an orientation that takes place just before Connections Weekend called Intro to Impact, or Eye to Eye. During Intro to Impact, we offer a get ready quick seminar for students that are starting their Samford journey. We have sessions with other upperclassmen Samford students. We have sessions with Samford Financial Aid Office, as well as introduce the other academic resources to the students. Excitingly, we also have the opportunity to meet the provost and president of the university if you had not had the chance to do so via orientation. Our office has the pleasure of supporting several cultural organizations. While these cultural organizations are officed under the Office of Student Leadership and Involvement, they work very closely with the Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives to help support the events and prioritize the things that they are set out to do. Listed on the screen, you see that we have several, including African Students Association, Black Student Union, Chinese Student Scholars Association, Delta Xi Phi Multicultural Sorority, Gospel Choir, International Club, Latino Student Organization, and we also have a National Panhellenic Council, which consists of 4 traditionally Black Greek organizations: Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. There will be an opportunity to learn more about these organizations at the beginning of your freshman year in August when you return to campus.
We hope that you have gotten a glimpse of the work that we do in the Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives. We are excited to share and work with different groups across campus that work to diligently to support diversity efforts throughout the campus. We also want to make sure that we are continuing to provide cultural enrichment and education to the Samford community. We ask that you can consider learning more about our office by following us on the following social media platforms: Twitter at Samford Diverse, Instagram at Samford Diverse, and Facebook at the Office of Diversity and Intercultural Initiatives. We look forward and we're excited about having you join us in the fall. And again, we say OD for all because we are here for each of you. All students are on campus. We are here to celebrate you and applaud you for the work you do. If more information is needed about our office, please visit www.samford.edu/go/diversity. Thank you. Go Dogs.
Thanks, Denise. Next, for our final session, you're going to hear from Nathan Taylor, Assistant Director of Residence Life. He's got some good information to share with you about life on campus and how you can make Samford your new home.
Thank you, April. It was great to hear from you, and welcome freshmen who are here for orientation being virtual. Normally you'd be sitting in a room with me right after lunch, and we would be talking about all the exciting things about living on campus that you really don't want to listen to after lunch, but you need to know. First thing I will tell you is that our staff manages the buildings. So the places that you live, we call them residence halls, not dorms. When you think of dorms, you think of prisons. We're not in prison, so we want to go with residence halls. But you live in residence halls. We have 4 different areas on campus. Freshmen live in 3 different of those areas. There are 75 resident assistants who take up and make what is your community. And that's a big thing for us, is building a community. Girls, you will live in Vail, Pittman, or Evergreen. Guys, you'll live in Smith or Mountain View. If you're looking at this picture on the screen right now, the picture with the blue beds, guys, I want you to look at that. Think about how you're setting up your room. If you will set it up that way, you can have nightly talks head to head with your roommate. We really enjoy when you get to do that. It helps you build and bond. But no, these are some examples of how our rooms look, how you can possibly set up your room. And these are the buildings that you will be living in. Also, some things that we need to go with, your application status. So if you want to live on campus, we need to make sure that your housing contract has actually been filled out. And so please make sure that you complete your application for living on campus. There's an important part of that. You have to click I agree. Then you have to click OK twice. You'll realize a lot of times people click OK once and they think they're done, but we need you to click OK twice. Please make sure you do that. Then you're going to need your parent who is your co-signer. So if you're living on campus for the first time, you'll have to have somebody co-sign with you, but we need to make sure that they also sign off. So make sure you use an email address they check. Remind them that they need to sign off for you to get your application in. There's some other things that you'll learn about with orientation that you see on this slide. Rave is one of them. Please know when rave alerts go out, it's not for a sale in the bookstore. It's mainly for things that are very important. Classes being canceled, weather issues, all of this type of stuff. You're living on campus, this is your new home. We want to make sure that if there's some type of emergency, we're able to reach out to you. And then lastly on this slide, maintenance request. There's one thing that I ask you to do, and that is if you have an issue in your room, let us know. We have RAs who will take it from there, but unless we know that there's something going on in your room, maybe there's a leak, maybe the AC's not working, that type of thing, we're not going to be able to fix it. Going on to other information that's important, but also just interesting things you want to know. Regular twin size sheets will fit most all of our beds. You can put carpet in the room. Please, though, do not tape the carpet or seal it to the floor. We need to be able to remove that carpet when you leave in May. Furniture. You can bring as much furniture as you would like into your room. But remember, there's probably going to be 2 of you in that room, and you also have to leave all of Samford's furniture in there. So make sure you can walk. So just think less is more when it comes to furniture. Some things that we provide for you that you don't have to pay for out of your pocket, you're paying for it, don't worry about it. But digital cable, there's digital cable there. We have IPTV, it just came out. internet, laundry, all of those things are thrown in. You don't have to go search for quarters. One thing that I do want to point out, and you see it there on the screen with you, movies.samford.edu. It is basically pay-per-view movies on Samford's campus. You do have to be connected to the Samford Wi-Fi and on that, but you can watch it on any device, your computer, your iPad, your phone, whatever it is. There's usually around 70 plus movies that are new, currently at Redbox, wherever, that you can watch from anywhere. So if you don't feel like studying, movies.samford.edu, lots of great things to look at then. The other thing is, you move in August, we want you to make this your home. We want you to feel like you're comfortable, but we also need our walls to still be not damaged. So 3M makes these wonderful products called Command Strips. I'm sure you've all heard of them. If you haven't, Google it. But 3M Command Strips, if you will put those to hang stuff up, especially posters, pictures, anything like that, make sure, though, that you read how to use them. Do not cut the little tags off. If you cut the little tag off a 3M Command Strip, you've completely defeated the whole purpose, and therefore you destroy the wall, and we don't want to do that. So, 3M Command Strips. Next one on this slide, I'm going to give you a little homework. I want you to all take out your keys. Hopefully you drive, have a house key. I want you to go to your front door. I want you to stick the key in. I want you to turn it and see how a lock works. It's really cool how that mechanism switches the deadbolt or the lock to make it so that nobody can enter the door. It's a neat fascination thing. They've come up with these recently, but if you will lock your room using your key that we issue you, your stuff will stay in it. You know, that's important for you. So here's some other things that we do need you to learn. Another homework assignment. You're in COVID home lockdown right now. Probably came from high school. My kids are in high school. They take a class called FACS. In FACS, they learned how to do all kinds of house things. One of the things that I want you to do is learn how to do your laundry. Ask mom, hey, how do I do laundry? She'll be really excited to know that you are wanting to know how to do laundry. Because if you get here and don't know how to do laundry, it's hard to make friends. But if all else fails, you can't do laundry, you don't know how to do laundry, we have RAs. We talked about the 75 different RAs we have throughout campus that make it a community. They can teach you how to use our washers and dryers. And once again, you don't have to have quarters. Another important thing that you need to talk about with your parents, making sure that you know your insurance policy. So have your health insurance. On move-in day, you're going to need a copy of your health insurance card. So make sure you have that. Also, your auto and homeowner's insurance. Samford does not cover any of the belongings that are in your room. So if you have an expensive computer or anything else like that, and maybe a leak happens, maybe there's some type of flood, we're not saying it's going to happen, but sometimes these things take place in residence halls. And so you need to make sure that your items are covered. So talk to your parents about whether they have homeowners insurance that will cover that, or you need to buy additional renter's insurance. There's some other things you can see on that screen. One big thing that I'm going to point out to you, because if you don't follow it, you'll get to meet with me, and then we get to discuss this, and I can say, hey, do you remember that video you watched at orientation? Visitation hours. Samford does have a visitation policy, so you're going to have to follow visitation. It's really simple, though. You go to an area office. There are 4 throughout campus. One is in Vail, which a lot of females will be living in that are freshmen. The other is in Evergreen. We have one in Mountain View, and then we have one in Building 300 over in West Village. You take your Samford ID. You hand it to the person working the desk. You then have the person who you're checking in there with you, and they give their ID. We keep that ID and issue you a visitation pass. It lets us know who's in the building. You go visitate as much as you want from 12 o'clock till 10 o'clock p.m. That is Sunday night through Thursday. And then on Friday and Saturday, we throw in an extra 2 hours for you to get all of your studying. But stuff like that, we want to make sure that you are able to do. But please, please, please follow our visitation guidelines by checking in. Once you're done visiting, you will go back to the area office. You'll present your visitation pass, and then you will just get your ID back. This works for students and non-students alike, but please follow that. It's an important rule. It's probably the one that we see the most in terms of people not following, and I don't want to have to talk to you about it. So just know that we have covered it. We're good to go. Quiet hours. You're going to learn how to live in a community. Quiet hours are extremely important. They are from 9 p.m. till 9 a.m. It does not mean you have to operate in a library. It does mean I don't need your subwoofer pounding up against the next person's room. 21 Savage may have put out a new album. You may be wanting to jam to it, whatever. Yeah, I know who 21 Savage is. I know who DaBaby is. I know who a lot of these other folks are. It's cool. But what we don't need is for you to disturb your neighbor. Here's what I need you to do. If you are in your room and somebody's bothering you with quiet hours, go politely knock on their door. Say, hey, Bobby, Susie, whatever, could you please turn that down? Generally, they're going to say, yes, I apologize. I didn't realize that I was keeping you up. I was waking the entire hall with my new subwoofer. But if they have any issues, if they give you any feedback or trouble, that is what our RAs are there for again. And so we will make sure to help back you up. But we're teaching you how to live in a community. Once you leave Samford, you're going to be living in a house, an apartment, whatever it may be. You're going to have to deal with neighbors. And so it is very important that you learn how to handle these types of things on your own. Residency requirement. If you don't know about it, Samford does require you to live on campus until you're of the age of 21. That's their rule, but just want to make sure you're familiar with it. Finally, get to know your RA. They're here to help you. They're here to make your life easier. These people applied. They went through a strenuous recruitment process, and then we spend 2 weeks of training on them helping you out. So how do you get a room, roommate assignment, all of that type of stuff? If you have decided that you want to live with Susie, Bobby, whoever that may be, you can email us all the way up until Monday, June 22nd, but we need to hear from both of you. So Bobby and Nick, whatever your names are, we need you both to email the email address down there at the bottom, reslife@samford.edu, saying that you want to room together. We do not want somebody who's been Facebook stalking or Instagram stalking someone else saying, I want to live with Bobby, and Bobby has no idea who Nick is. So we need to hear from both of you by Monday, June 22nd. Also, you may request a building. Now, please know there's no guarantee that you're going to get this building, but you may request a building up until that same date, Monday, June 22nd. We work based upon your housing deposit. So when we're assigning rooms, we're going to look at the earliest housing deposits, and we're going to work towards the latest housing deposits. But you are more than welcome to submit a roommate or building request, but make sure you get those in by Monday, June 22nd. The other thing I will hit on this, sharing a room with a roommate can be challenging. But I will tell you this, the biggest thing is communication. If you remember back to the picture we talked about earlier, where the two guys' beds were facing head to head, hey, nightly conversations makes that roommate process go a whole lot easier. But in all seriousness, please talk to your roommate. Make sure that you're communicating. It'll make living a whole lot easier. As you see on the screen right now, there's a whole lot of things listed of to bring, not to bring. You can read those. You can find them on our website. I'm not going to rehash them, but please just look at that type of stuff. I've enjoyed speaking with you. It's been great. If you've got any questions that weren't covered, tweet those to @SUResLife or follow us on Instagram. We're there. You can see both of those on. But we are excited that you're coming. We can't wait to have you on campus and be residents of our residence halls here at Samford University.
I hope you've enjoyed meeting some of our student life staff and hearing about some of the opportunities and events that will be waiting for you when you arrive this fall. We're really looking forward to getting to know you, learning your name, and being a part of your Samford story.